I have a question.
Yes.
I filed for my daughter, and it was approved from the 19th of 2014.
Right.
And oh no, I don't hear anything.
Okay.
Could you
Expand on this?
give me a little
Yes.
heads up on that?
Sure. Now, are you a citizen or a resident?
Yes, I am a citizen.
Okay. Your daughter is living where?
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica. And how old is your daughter?
My daughter, 27th of February gone, she was 30.
Okay. And she's single?
Yes, she is.
Okay. So right now, people who filed for their unmarried children over the age of 21 on July 1st, 2012, people meaning U.S. citizens, those children are getting green cards. You filed in 2014, which means your daughter is about 2 years away from getting her green card, and you're about a year and change away from hearing from the National Visa Center.
Okay.
All right, so just hang in there. You're almost there.
Okay,
All right?
thank you so
You're
very much.
welcome. You're very welcome. Hang in.
Okay, have a blessed day.
You too. Have a great weekend.
Me and my wife got married in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Then after we got married, I got my work authorization. Then I got a job in the DMV area. Then I invited my wife over from Texas over with me. But
Here is Brooklyn?
unfortunately, she had yes,
Okay.
I'm in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, what?
Yeah, unfortunately, she had a mental issue. She had a mental issue, so we had to tell her to. She had to go back to Texas because of the mental issue. Then after that, because of
1 second. Why is Texas? She can be treated for a mental issue, but she can't be treated for a mental issue.
Because the time we got married together, we never found out that. I never knew that she had a mental issue. She never.
So you just didn't want to live with her anymore?
No, I wanted to live with her, but I felt like maybe it was because of the location change.
Okay.
So she.
All right.
Yeah,
so did you get your green card?
No. So what happened was that before that, so after we went for an interview, that was in 2017. We did the interview. We were not able to show enough documents. What happened was that we didn't get any.
Elijah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on your side, but this is what I'm hearing. Okay. You got married in Texas. You got a better job in New York. Your wife came to New York. She had New York stressed her out. She wanted to go back to a quieter life in Texas. You decided to stay in New York. That's not a marriage that immigration's going to approve.
Yeah, they denied the case.
Of course they're going to deny it. It's not a marriage. Because if you really loved her and she really loved you, you would have stayed. She would have stayed in New York and dealt, or you would have moved back to Texas and say, "Baby, I don't want you to suffer. I want to be with you. I'll find a job in Texas." But you stayed in New York. She went back to Texas. It's not a marriage they're going to approve.
Yeah. So because we were already initially planning of coming back to. She was planning back to come together because she has not had that mental issue anymore. But unfortunately, she passed away earlier last year. I don't know. What's it?
How'd she pass away?
She was on a bicycle, so she got hit by a car.
She got hit by a car on a bicycle? Oh boy, it's terrible. You're gonna you can file a widow petition, but they already interviewed you and determined it wasn't a bona fide marriage. You already told me you weren't living together, and that wouldn't get approved. You got to figure out another way.
But we initially lived together before she went back.
But Elijah, come on, give me a break. I mean, I feel bad for what happened, okay? But if you are an immigration officer, okay, and you say, okay, this couple, I gotta approve a marriage where a couple lives together and they got married for love, and they really care about each other, and they have a financial relationship with each other, and you get married in Texas, and then they move to New York, and then the wife moves back to Texas for whatever reason, whether she didn't like the weather, she didn't like to look out onto cement, a mental issue, it doesn't matter why, she moved back, and you stayed here in New York. That's not a marriage. Immigration's going to ever approve. And then you went in for an interview, and they said you're living apart. You have no proof that you live together. They denied you. And then maybe you were going to get back together with your spouse, but unfortunately she passed in a freak accident, which is terrible. But I don't know how you're going to prove that it was ever a real marriage.
Well, I have a lease that shows that we both stayed together.
Then file it. Then file it. I'm telling you what's going to happen. Okay? File it. Call me back and tell me I'm wrong.
He have a question for my nephew and his wife. They are H-2B work visa, and they want to find out how they can, become a legal resident in the country.
They have to figure out how to get sponsored in a job, or get sponsored by a family member, or make an investment of $1 million, or there's 30 other ways to get a green card. But there's no such thing as, I have an H-2B visa, and this is the form you fill out, and boom, you get a green card. It doesn't work like that. So I would need to meet with them, see what they have going for them, and figure it out. Okay, that was one of those questions, is how do I get a green card? And that requires a consultation. So hold on 1 second, I'm happy to help. Just hold on.
I win asylum 2016. So after 1 year, I applied for. I filed I-485. So my.
This was after asylum.
Pending.
You said? Was this after you granted asylum?
Sorry.
Why were you filing an I-485? I missed the first part.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
You said you came in 2016 and you filed an I-485 in 2017.
No. Actually, I win asylum in 2016, okay?
That's what I just asked you. I said, you won asylum, and you said, what? Huh? So then I said, how did you do it? Now I got it. You won asylum in 2016. 1 year later, you filed for asylum in 2017. And continue now. I understand.
After 1 year, I filed it.
Yes.
So it's been 2 years, so my I-485 is pending still. So my question is, as an asylum seeker, I cannot go to my country, but my fiancée lives in my country. So if I bring her to my next country, because I have a travel document, and if we get married there, so can I apply for her? If my I-485 is pending, or do I need to wait for the green card to come?
You would need to wait for the green card to come, because you could only apply for her if she was your wife when you got granted the asylum.
Okay, so if I'm newly married, then I have to.
You can marry her, but you would still have to wait for the green card. Correct.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thank you, then.
You're very welcome.
Okay, I got married to a U.S. citizen, but he have a case. He got convicted.
Of what?
And
what do you get convicted of?
Sexual
assault of a minor?
Yes, sir.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Okay,
So now this is your continue, but you have an Adam Walsh Waiver issue. Well, let's move on, and then we'll talk about that in a second. You have an issue with him filing for you. You would need to file.
Yes,
okay.
because
has he filed for you?
Yes, he filed for me, and I got a paper from the USCIS saying that they approved. No, that they actually in review said they have received it.
All right. So this is the story. Okay.
Okay.
If you marry the only time a U.S. citizen can have trouble filing for a spouse for a green card is when that U.S. citizen was found guilty of sexual abuse of somebody under the age of 18, some sort of crime involving sex or rape or abuse of a minor under 18. And and there's a law, it's called the Adam Walsh law. And Adam Walsh was a little kid in New Jersey from, I don't know, however long ago, who unfortunately was Florida, who was unfortunately, raped or murdered, or I don't remember what happened with him, but the law is made after him. And what the law says is that if you marry somebody who's a U.S. citizen who was found guilty of sexual abuse of a minor or any abuse of a minor, you have to file what's called an Adam Walsh Waiver. The U.S. citizen has to file it and prove to the satisfaction of the Immigration Service that you, Kanisha, because we're talking about your particular case, you are in no danger by living with this person. Now, the way the law is written to say that there is 0% chance that you will have any sort of issue living with this man who was found guilty previously of some sort of sexual abuse or abuse of a minor. It's there to protect you, but really what it does is it hinders you from getting a green card, because there is no way in the world that anyone can prove, even if you have a psychiatrist make a report, there's no way in the world that anyone can prove that beyond a reasonable doubt that there's no chance in the world that Kanisha would be in trouble at all living with this man. Okay? If you were married to me, there is no way that anybody could say, I'm a normal person, what would I do to you? But how could anybody say into the future that there's 0% chance that anything bad would happen by living with anybody? It's very hard to get these Adam Walsh waivers. The ones that we've been successful with, ultimately we had to go into federal court and Abadir would have to actually literally sue the government to get it approved. So you can, if you're in love with this man and he's paid his debt to society and he's a good man now, and I'm not passing judgment on him because I don't know him. You know him better than I do, obviously. If you know everything's fine and he's a good person and you're comfortable living with him,
yes,
then let's file that Adam Walsh waiver. And if the government chooses not to act on it, then we would have to go into federal court, which is most likely what would have to happen.
Okay.
All right.
One more thing. They had sent me like something that I need to get from the court.
Yes. You need more than that. You have to show. You have to get his disposition to show what he was found guilty of.
Yes, they said
because that's the first. Well. Right. That is the first step because they got to determine whether what he pled guilty to falls under the Adam Walsh Act or not. And then if it does, then they're going to say you need a waiver. All of this, Kanisha, you're not going to figure out. You need a good lawyer. All right, so hold on one second, okay? Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.